Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick and welcome to the Friday chat thing where I just chat for a bit and sometimes you'll do comments in the comment section below which I will answer, so thank you very much. Now, as you might already know, or the more astute of you of course, some of you might not have noticed yet, again I am inside and not outside. I'd hoped to go for a bit further distance this time on a different walk, but the weather isn't quite up to it. It's not pouring down with rain, but it's sort of like threatening a little bit, and I think the wind effect on the camera would have made the sound quality of the video terrible and quite hard for you to understand me. Some people might say, what else is new? But it would have been terrible. I would have to do subtitles all the way through. So I still hope to do that next week. Now, as it goes into winter, yes, that's going to be more and more a threat, but you never know. One day I might be able to upgrade this camera, or maybe invent something that covers the mic a little bit. That might be something I can do. But that's something for me to get my brain around. Hopefully you've had a good week. Hopefully you've enjoyed the videos on the channel, because it's all about beating stress. If you haven't had a chance yet to catch one of the amazing live streams that happen every Tuesday, well, it's happened the last 5 or 6 Tuesdays in a row, which is pretty good going, then please get in there. It's where the community all get together, have a bit of a laugh. If you have caught a few of those, or if you're a regular in those, I know a few of you have been there right since the beginning, you know it's where we all talk a bit of nonsense. I do a bit of dodgy gameplay and we stress bust for a couple of hours. So thank you, and thank you to the subscribers, and in particular the members who are keeping this channel going. So I will just do a quick recap then on the videos we've covered, the games we've covered this week, and I'll tell you a little bit what's going on in my life. There's a few things that have been going on. Sometimes you've got similar things going on where you are, or you might have had things in the past. It's good to talk about these things. It eases away stress to a degree. So on the ZX Spectrum, we covered a few games, tend to cover about 3 a week, 2 old school ones and 1 modern day game. We looked at a fairly crazy shooter. It's quite easy to get dizzy in this game. It's Mega Apocalypse. Now, it's very odd to shoot it. It's all over a single screen, but there's very short stages. There's like a swirly star pattern in the middle of this, and you must avoid meteors and fire comets to try and get through and progress to the next stage. Good music playing all the way through, but it is very difficult, a bit hard to get control of. Now, again, as I'm doing this inside, again, it's very difficult sometimes with the noise and the rest of the house. I might have to do this in bits. No, I have to do it in bits, sorry. Okay, so like take two. A few people have gone out now, so hopefully it'll be a bit better. You know, one day I'll be mega rich and have my own studio, and there'll be none of this problem whatsoever. We can but dream. Now, I forgot where I got up to, but I think we're talking about Mega Apocalypse. So, the other Spectrum games we played was Soldier of Fortune, which when I first heard about this name, I thought it'd be a commando type game, a run and gun or Soldier of Fortune, but it plays a bit different to that. It's pretty much alike to Ghosts and Goblins, with a bit of saber wolfing as well in terms of the quest you have to do. But you have to go around different screens using teleport to find different parts of a Zodiac source code in order to free the land from tyranny. It plays quite well, although I think I need a few tips if I'm ever going to get anywhere on that one. So that was Soldier of Fortune, so well worth having a look at that one if you get a chance to do so. And then on Wednesday, it's always ZX Spectrum Homebrew on Wednesday, and we looked at a Tetris sort of game, heavily influenced by columns from the arcades. This one was Pillars, and essentially you have to arrange 3 colours in a row, either horizontally, vertically or diagonally, in order for those to disappear and create more room on your grid. If the screen fills up with shapes and you've got no room to left, a bit like a Tetris, then it's game over, big nose. Now, the music in this is very similar to that of Columns. I'm told the ZX Spectrum version of Pillars was taken, influenced by the columns on the Sega Master System rather than anything else. It's the sort of game that's good to ease stress. Time can go by very quickly when you're playing this game, and I think it's a good stress reliever. So good game, Pillars. I could play it on a live stream, but it might make a few people bored or fall asleep. We might do it very briefly. On the Commodore Amiga, we've seen a few stinkers of late. We had a look at Twin Turbos. It's a top-down race game for 1 to 2 players. If it's just one player, then you're just using the left-hand side of the screen mainly. It doesn't feel like an Amiga game. It feels like it's like in 8-bit. You've got different screens or genre of screens to go by. First one is very Xenon 1 looking, and you've got industrial and the stone level. But essentially it's the same gameplay each time. You're trying to avoid obstacles, and it's very hard to avoid those obstacles. Without a cheat code on, I don't think kids would have persevered with this and got very far. One to avoid, I think, if you're looking for a good top-down game. Talking about good games though, on the Atari 2600 we looked at Star Wars the arcade game. I never knew this game would have been possible on the Atari 2600, but someone's had a pretty good crack on this one. Now, I always play the Atari 2600 as the PAL versions because I'm trying to recreate the experience I would have had being based in the UK on the system I would have had there. So I'm not doing NTSC. I'm told sometimes the games in PAL mode are slightly different, so reds sometimes will come across as brown, and that was quite the case here. But it doesn't detract from the game. It plays rather good. Star Wars. What else do we play? Well, the last one didn't get very far in this game. Uses the same engine as the Star Wars Super Star Wars trilogy, Super Nintendo. It was Indiana Jones' Greatest Adventure, where if you're good enough, you must take Indiana Jones through all 3 of the original movies. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, to actually save the day, win fortune and glory, beat the Nazis over and over again, and then be successful. I got up to a certain bit in this game, but I've been told I needed to roll. I didn't even know how to do that, so I'm going to have to look up that to get a bit further forward. There we go, so they're the games, so show them some love. If you haven't had a chance to see them, or you missed a few, then they're all there in the playlists. If you click on my username, it goes to the main channel page, and then click on the playlist tab up the top, and you've got a big list of stuff. Probably over 2,000 reviews now, certainly about 3,000 videos on the channel, and that takes quite some time to do, so I've built up quite a catalogue, so hopefully the channel's got a bit of staying power, a bit of solidarity, a bit of solidness probably there. So we're not so mucking about doing it for 2 weeks then giving up sort of channel. We go, 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 go. I think I almost went into a Wham song then, didn't I? Something like that. So, it was very quiet in the house. That's quite good. The ceiling's going to collapse or someone's going to slam a door or something. So yeah, I did mention, we'll come to shout outs in a minute, but I did mention a few things have been going on in my world. Now, if you watch these every week, you might know a little bit about what's going on. Years and years ago, well, for constantly, I was in banking and having awful stress back and forth. Changed banks a few times and the pattern would repeat itself. Kept going back to YouTube as well, trying to build it. That was my escape really. And then after about 20-25 years, I said banking is enough, and I jumped to retail, which is in a supermarket, which was good. There I worked in the produce section, and then there was a change in management, and I got stressy all again because I like to have the way if you suffer from stress, you like to control everything, have definite strategies and stuff like that. New management was a bit airy-fairy, in my opinion. We all have different perspective of what's gone before, and I couldn't work like that. So I had a bit of a word with management HR, mentioning mental health issues. It wasn't the easiest thing to do. Lots of well-worded emails and stuff. It took a bit out of me, and then I got moved on to checkouts on the supermarket. So it's not the greatest job in the world, but it suits me fine. I don't really feel like I'm at work a lot of the time. It's talking to people as they go through the checkout. Not everyone wants to talk, especially to my stupid stuff, but there's people around me working there on a similar state of mind to me, and it was fun. It's fun talking for those hours and getting people through, and I wanted to stay there. Now, the offshoot of this, which I didn't want, is because of the few things I mentioned, work referred me to medical people to do with mental health that they're a part of, as a part of getting this move done, I hope. I don't really want to go down that route. I know I've got mental things going on, but I'd rather have them undiagnosed and deal with them in my way, rather than something saying, look, Nick, you've got such and such, you need that medication, you need to do this, that and that. I don't work like that. But anyway, I'm a bit roped into this. I've got to go with it. So there is a phone call I'm going to have where they phone me up for this third party on Monday about 2 o'clock-ish, or just before 2 o'clock. So I've got about an hour consultation talking to a qualified doctor, there about stuff going on in my brain, and they feed it back to the company. So unnecessary. I'm going to be a bit nervous about that, because the only thing is, because I'm a bit abstract minded anyway, a bit crazy, I don't think, I'm always looking for the joke in the conversation. I don't think I can be sensible for an hour to a professional, essentially a 7 years trained doctor who's making notes about everything I say. Now, I would say I have my stress and mental health issues, but I'd say I was sane. But having said that, if I was committed, this is not going to happen that, but I'm just trying, if that did happen, which is not going to happen, but just hypothetically, if I was put in, if I was committed or put randomly in a mental hospital and had to convince the nurses there that I was okay, I don't think I could get out the same day. It would take a bit of convincing. So I don't know what they're going to write on that paper. I might make a flippant a comment or a joke about something, and that'll be taken all in the wrong way. But hopefully it'll go okay. I think essentially I've got to say that I'm doing okay. My fears are there because I don't want to get moved back to the department I was before. So I don't know if you've ever had anything like that, with where you've worked, you've been referred to mental health specialists or third parties and stuff like that. So it's good that they care, but it's a bit OTT for me. I like dealing with myself. But I'm glad they let me move departments rather than me just leaving. So that's a positive. So I got to meet them halfway really. So you know, you can't ever get everything you want. You've got to roll with the punches. So yeah, it's not 100 them, not me. It's 50-50 what I need to do. So it's not going to be very comfortable anyway. So yeah, hope you're okay. It's gonna help me in the long run. I hope if I can stay on the checkouts there with the hours and then do YouTube as well, then I won't. Nothing can go wrong on checkouts, and then I can come here and do this without any worry or stress whatsoever. And that's perfect because that gives me more energy, do more videos, and the two go together. Because it's a bit like two part-time jobs coming together to try and form a full-time job, and the idea is YouTube get gradually bigger, and that get gradually smaller, or they stay the same. Let's not put too much stress on ourselves. As long as we're all helping each other out, that is the main thing. Okay, good, having fun, that's the main thing with YouTube. Quite often, well, it happens continuously, I have people coming to me saying there's no one watching my videos, don't do it for that. I had this video, well, they try and monetize it straight away. I was running this channel for about 6 years before it was even got monetized, so don't worry about that. Just learn your craft, and there we go. Easing stress should be the main thing. Don't worry if no one's watching it, as long as you're having fun. Okay, that's it. Anyway, I'm drifting a bit. So thank you to the members that are helping this thing go. We have got to a certain level. It's gradually building. It's a slow burn, but you never know. We might hit the big time randomly at some point. So thank you, as I say, to all the members on all different tiers there. If you're on the second tier and above, I will give you a shout out, your name or anything you're working on. If you want to drop me a line through Twitter, Jenkins7Nick, or on the members section, which you get access to. A big thank you to people that on the live streams as well that have donated Ko-Fis there, and also super chats, which is very helpful. If you want to find out a bit more about memberships, how you can help the channel, click on the join button. If you're watching this on a traditional PC, it might be a join button underneath what you're watching. It doesn't join you straight away. It tells you a little bit about what it's about and the tiers. The lower tier, if you want to help and can spare it, is just $1.99 a month, and then you've got the second tier and the third tier. So thank you. It all counts to try and create this dream into a reality. Boop. Sorry, I went back to the checkouts then. Boop, boop. Good, that's how it goes. Okay, so big thank you this time round, because there's a few new people, a few switch arounds and an upgrade as well. So big thank you to GTP Films, thank you very much. Jason Arnott's Terrifying House of Obsession. So look up that channel. That's what a name that is. Thank you very much, Jason. A big thank you to David Harakawa on Twitter. He quite often puts these, he hasn't asked me to say this, so forgive me, David. He puts these great pictures of models he's working on, model cars. They look absolutely fantastic. So that's David Harakawa. Big thank you to Neil Barrett. Thank you for all the game recommendations you always do. Excellent. Big thanks to Ratty. Hope you're having a good week. Malad1. Zone 1255, the amazing Alf Fairweather, thanks Alf. Torque Marder, thank you very much. Good. Hope you're going to have a good weekend. I'm sure you will have a good weekend. You all will. Big thanks to Jason Smith. Stu Who, Nikki S, hope you're doing well. Claire Johnson, hello to you. What Ho Snookers, going great guns on Twitch and YouTube, so big hello to What Ho there. Yeah, What Ho does some great like cosplay type videos as well, so we're worth checking out. A lot of effort goes into those. Big thank you to John Roby and Jeffrey Searby, thank you fellas. Steve Norman, we don't let a week go by without mentioning Steve Norman's blog. Now, we all say it together, because you've watched a few of these, you know it all off by heart now, don't you? It is retroarcadia.blog. That's retroarcadia.blog. Each week, he looks at a seemingly random game on a seemingly random system, which keeps it very, very interesting indeed. And this time he's looked at, well, Ghostbusters 2 on the Atari ST. Now, Ghostbusters 2... a lot of people don't like the film. I think it wasn't good as the first one, but I think it's still a pretty good film. Featured Vigo the Carpathian, and you know, it's very, very good there. So, yeah, Steve looks at Ghostbusters 2 on the Atari ST. It's a game I've only played on the ZX Spectrum. It's a little bit awkward. Looking at the screenshots that Steve's provided, it does look a bit better on a 16-bit version, which is good to see, which isn't always the case. He also mentions Ghostbusters, you watch that quite regularly as an actual movie. So if you're into Ghostbusters or Ghostbusters 2 or retro gaming or maybe a combination of all three, then have a look at retroarcadia.blog from Steve and all his past blogs as well. It's excellent. Thank you very much to Steve. Thank you, Steve. Keep up the good work, sir. A big thank you also to Lemmy Barnett, the fantastic Steve Q, Phil Hill, thank you very much. Welcome back to Grey Hulk 2. Thanks for all your help, sir. I keep having a go of that Commodore 64 emulator. It frustrates me sometimes, but I keep having a go at it. We might be in a position where I can put up another 2 games. I think I found another 2 that work. So thank you very much, Grey Hulk 2. That'll be coming in, well, a few weeks' time. So excellent. Commodore 64 is not dead and forgotten. It's there. Occasionally there will be one, thanks to Grey Hulk 2. Massive thank you to Chono Baggy, Jason Holmes, and a big welcome as well to Pete James. Thank you, Pete. Thank you for watching the videos and cheering up my day. Much appreciated. And there's 7 of you this time on the upper tier, so thank you there. You guys are all super cool. Super cool. Big thank you to Colin Hode, Martin R. I will mention as well. Oh no, that's fine. We're on target. We're on target. So I thought I missed that out then, but I haven't because there's been a change. Big thanks to Martin R. Thank you for watching the. I know you can't catch the live stream live, but thank you for watching the next day or 2 afterwards, and your support. Really appreciated, Martin. So thank you. Big thank you to Richard Mitten. You catch a couple of the. I know there's a time difference. You manage to catch a few of them every now and again. So excellent. Big thanks to Tom. My friend Graham Vebke, thank you Graham, hope everything is going great where you are and things are going well. Big thank you also to Rossi Bossy, thank you Rossi there on the upper tier. Now if you haven't already, you should do, have a look at Rossi's IO itch site. I think it's rossbossy. I always feel it, it's up there anyway, rossbossy.itch. something, wherever it says up there, thanks, sorry Ross. But he's still working on Super 3D Pixel Grand Prix, getting better and better and better. I know I've been saying this for weeks, but it is. There's been a few alphas in the previous week where people have been testing this to get it good. If you've only seen a few clips of it on YouTube at the beginning, my word, have a look at it now. It looks like a totally different animal. I might be asked to do some of the voice work for the menu systems later on. I'm not sure if that's the case. Things move quickly. It might be, it might not. But I've already included a bit of my voice work elsewhere in the game. So either way, it's fantastic. Just Rossi's making that game as good as it possibly can. But if you go to his site as well, you'll see a bit of his other work. Nifty Lifty 2, which is 3. And also Re-Enduro, which is a reworking of the original Enduro game, which is so cool on the Atari 2600. So have a look at that. Big thank you as well to Jules M. Thank you, Jules. I like everything that you do there. Yes, and Jules is very active always. She's got a site here too. I have to make sure I say the right one because she works on a few of them. This one is mygamingmemories.weebly.com. So that's mygamingmemories.weebly.com / cartoon capers, but if you go to the normal link there, there's a menu system. You can get to cartoon capers that focus on cartoon capers, because that's the thing that Jules has most recently changed or done, but there's a lot of information there as well. She's looked at SNES games, the Super Nintendo, this time around, based on the cartoon theme she's been having a look at. She's had a look at Beauty and the Beast, Bugs Bunny, Barbie and Pinocchio, and she's also been doing a few ZX Spectrum blogs as well, Speed Jewel and Bobby Bearing, to name a few. So have a look at that on Jules' site, mygamingmemories.weebly.com, focusing on the cartoon capers. So yes, thank you for watching again. It wasn't out in nature. Fingers crossed for next week. We'll see how it goes weather-wise, or maybe I will work on that. Maybe I can work on something to hide the mic there, to try and filter it from the wind. There might be a fix I can do, a YouTube video, say I can clip on, or a bit of plasticine or whatever it is. But we'll have a look at that, because being outside is much better than being inside. But I've said what I need to say. So yeah, have a good weekend. The members will know what games are going to go up on Saturday, which will be a couple of ZX Spectrum games. There'll be a couple on the Sunday as well. Hopefully we'll be doing a live stream on the Tuesday. I'm quite confident about that. So just a little bit nervous about my mental health talk on Monday, about saying the wrong thing and then coming across as a Fruit Loop. I'm sure that won't happen. No, I'm fine. So next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
And Jenkin.